I'm sure you'll be aware about the Israel Hamas conflict. This is happening in Israel, of course, in the region of Gaza, near the Mediterranean Sea. This is not a conflict between Israel and Palestinian people, but it is about the Israel government and the Hamas terrorist group. Common man always suffers on both sides. We have to focus specifically on the Gaza Strip and the Sinai Peninsula to understand what is this conflict. I have already made a detailed video on the Israel-Palestine crisis and its history. It is available on YouTube. You'll find the link in description. This video is about the geopolitics revolving around the Gaza refugees. Yes, the Gaza refugees, not the Palestinian or the Israeli refugees. Although the Palestinian refugees are in Gaza and West Bank together, but if you look at the Israeli refugees, which came from all over the world after the World War II and hence formed the country of Israel, this is not specifically about the Palestinian people or specifically about the Israeli people. This is about the small section of Palestinian people inside Gaza, and we'll call them the Gaza refugees for simplicity of explanation. This is the Gaza Strip. The Israeli government arguing that Hamas is in North Gaza in this particular region. They specifically said that they will bomb the northern side of Gaza and they asked innocent civilians to move towards South Gaza in this region near the border of Egypt. This here is Egypt. Now you would be thinking, what is this geopolitics here? Now consider the following points. Israel is fed up with Hamas attacks. Israel may want to use this opportunity to free Gaza of Palestinians and use it for its own people by settling Israeli citizens there as it did in the West Bank. Hamas may be spread out anywhere in Gaza because there is a huge network of towns. It could be in the northern part or in the central part, in the southern part, nobody knows. Bombing North Gaza would mean that the Gaza Palestinians would want to cross the border into Egypt and settle as war refugees. See, once a refugee is always a refugee. We have seen so many instances all over the world. Once refugees cross into a different territory, they are seldom taken back. It is very, very difficult to resettle the Palestinians back into Gaza once they cross into Egypt. But Egypt refused to take the refugees into their territory till this point. Why is this so? You would be wondering that these are Arab brothers and sisters. Israel would want this to use the situation as diplomatically as possible in future, but Egypt has certain concerns. For that, you will have to understand the location of the Sinai Peninsula. Just besides Israel, on the northeastern side of Egypt is the Sinai Peninsula. This is a strategic location. The Sinai Peninsula will be filled with Palestinian refugees forever. Egypt is concerned about this. Sinai will become the new Gaza. Egypt is concerned about this particular region. This will be filled with Arab Palestinians, the Gaza Palestinians coming into the territory, and there is also a possibility that Hamas may enter Egypt disguised as refugees. Then this particular Sinai Peninsula in future could be used by the Hamas terrorists to launch their efforts, to launch their terrorist activities into Israel, their rockets, their suicide bombers. Hamas will consider Egypt as a safe haven for themselves, as they would consider it to be a land of their Arab brothers. Israel may start bombing Sinai in future. There is a possibility that Israel may attack this particular region if Hamas is present there, escalating tensions between not only Israel and Egypt, but also Israel and the Middle East and the Arab world altogether. And then there is a huge challenge of the Suez Canal. Once Sinai Peninsula is taken over by the Gaza terrorists, by the Hamas terrorists, there is a challenge of geopolitical tensions, of tensions in this region which will affect global trade and economy to great extent. This is the concern why Egypt is not taking refugees, why there is a crisis at the border between Egypt and Israel, Egypt and Gaza. The Gaza people, the refugees, are stuck at the borders. They are looking for some relief by which they can cross the border and settle in the nearby cities and towns in the Egyptian territory, but Egypt is not allowing them. This geopolitical tension will escalate and multiple players might jump in. I'm sure you would be interested in understanding the entire issue even after watching the other video that I've provided on YouTube. The details of this entire conflict are available on the Samajho app. You can download the PDF notes from there. The link is in description, both Android and iOS. The app is present. I would like to hear what is your opinion about this geopolitical issue, who is right and who is wrong, and eventually what would happen of the Gaza Palestinians. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. See you in the next one. Thank you.